with the Takeoff situation, man, you know, they say Quavo got into it. Well, actually, I'm privy to this information right here. One of the family members called me yesterday.
Okay.
One of Quavo and Takeoff's cousins called me, and he wanted to come on the radio. He wanted to come on our radio show, and he wanted to talk. He said the family have not been, the unimmediate family have not been reached out to.
TakeOff family is calling to expose J Prince family, and this is really going crazy right now, cause I told you guys there must be justice for TakeOff. You get what I'm saying? So before we get into it, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. Okay, so right here we have this clip from Ugly Money TV. That's a podcast in Houston, right? And after the death of TakeOff, Ugly Money TV hosted Shari, right? They hosted Shari, and Shari came on the podcast to talk about, a call that he's getting from the family of TakeOff and Quavo, and they are seeking for justice for TakeOff. You get what I'm saying? And remember, like he said, everything still remains allegedly, but it's really crazy out here, because after the death of TakeOff, I came to the realization that TakeOff death is actually all about politics. Because right now, for sure, they are playing politics with the death and life of TakeOff. Because tell me how an A-list rapper got murdered in cold blood right there in Bowling Alley, Houston, under the watch of the Prince family. And these are approximately 5 to 6 months that TakeOff died, and no one has been held responsible for the death of TakeOff. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? You all tell me in the comment section. Isn't it crazy? And right there is TakeOff family calling to expose J Prince family, calling to come and tell us what's been going on behind the scene, and none of these podcasts is trying to grant any interview with TakeOff cousins and TakeOff brother or TakeOff family, because they know a lot of exposing is going to happen, right? They know it for sure. A lot of exposing is going to happen, and they don't want that to happen. You get what I'm saying? Because the death of TakeOff has to do with someone that is well recognized in the industry. The death of TakeOff has to do with someone that is well recognized in Houston. J Prince, the Prince family. You get what I'm saying? So, things are really going crazy right now. I keep on wondering why Quavo refused to testify, or why Quavo refused to cooperate to get justice for TakeOff. But right now, I can really understand what's been going on. What's been going on is because the death of TakeOff has something to do with the Prince family, because they are the one that invited TakeOff and Quavo to Houston. They are the one that hosted a private party, right, at the bowling alley. They are the one that did everything. The mob ties, goons was present, and they are the one that, took the shot, right? They are the one that fired the shot, because they couldn't assure a safety and well security for TakeOff and Quavo. You can't invite someone like the Migos to your private party without getting a proper securities to secure them. It's so stupid for someone to say that we are mob ties, we are going to protect you, checking with us and stuff like that. It's so crazy for you to gamble with your life. It's so crazy for you to gamble with your life, because if you are a very important person in the society, just like TakeOff, a rapper that has millions and millions of followers, who he inspires, who his music inspires and stuff like that, you ain't, trying to go and gamble with your life. Trying to go and do that, because, it's really crazy. I think so many black rappers that are losing their life in the street are not actually putting enough value to their life. Because if you value your life so much, you gonna make sure you protect yourself first before any other thing. Because I think the Migos, Quavo, and TakeOff should have gone to Houston with their own securities. You get what I'm saying? That's what I think they should have done, because, them not doing that was really crazy to me. The Prince family invited you guys and stuff like that, and I got some information which is allegedly, that Quavo and TakeOff has been in Houston for a few days before that very day of, the private party happened and TakeOff ended up losing his life. So they didn't just come to Houston that very day, right? That the private party happened. They were in Houston before the private party happened. So, the mob-ties goons and the Prince family already knew that these men are in Houston, because they're already around the city. They already checked in. And right now, TakeOff family are calling to expose J Prince family about the death of TakeOff. But none of those podcasts or none of those interviews is granting them that interview. Because remember, TakeOff right now and the murder case is under investigation. You get what I'm saying? It's under investigation. So all the people that owns podcasts in Houston and outside of Houston in ATL, they are looking out for their life, because you're not trying to go to their podcast and, expose that sensitive information to them, because I think that's going to be putting them into a lot of troubles. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be getting a lot of smokes from people they don't want to get smokes with. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the major reason why none of the family members has been granted any interview to come and talk about what really happened. They can tell them, listen up, if you want to talk about it, why don't you go to the HPD, the Houston Police Department, right? Why don't you go there and talk about it and, write a statement and cooperate with them, since you know what happened? Because I'm not going to allow you to come to my podcast to say some things, you get what I'm saying, about an open murder investigation, because that's a very serious case that's going on right there. But, I think they should be granted the opportunity to come and tell us what really happened, what really went on, and what's happening behind the scene. Because when it comes to Quavo is not really speaking up. Quavo have had a private meeting with J Prince and the Prince family, after the death of TakeOff in ATL, because J Prince came on $1 million worth of game to talk about it, right? He have had a private conversation with them after the death of TakeOff, where he locked up and zipped his mouth and say, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to look like a snitch and stuff like that. But I don't think it's gonna sound like you're a snitch, because this has to do with your nephew. This is your nephew, bro, right? This is your nephew. You have to step it up. Cover your family. It has nothing to do with snitching when it has to do with your family. For me, nobody touches my family. You get what I'm saying? Because if you touch my family, you're touching me. So I'm going to do anything to protect my family. I'm going to do anything to fight for my family. Go ahead and share your opinions in the comment section. Tell me what you all think. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Still your favorite African brother reporting.